Hello friends, this is the long video in which I will show you my idea on how to play Monopoly with just a regular deck of playing cards or poker cards. As you all know, playing cards are the most versatile gaming equipment you can have. You can use them for millions and billions of different card games, and it's also very easy to have them on you everywhere you go. And I thought of the situation that you get stuck with such a deck of cards and some friends, and you are bored with just playing regular card games, but you want to play something more like a real board game like Monopoly. And I thought there must be a way to use these cards also to play Monopoly with them. And this is what I came up with. Of course, it's just an idea so far. Maybe you will make some adjustment to it. Maybe it needs some improvements, but I'm very curious how you like this and if it can be of use to you. So this is the gaming board I came up with. So we have 4 sets of streets there, each symbolized by one of the 4 colors, and each of them they of course have different values. The most valuable are the diamond streets and the hearts, spades, clubs. As in the regular Monopoly, there are sometimes only 2 streets per set, or sometimes 3 streets per set, as in the regular Monopoly game. Then these empty fields here are also fields that you can walk on, and these will be the regular fields of the starting field, the prison, the free parking, and at last the go to prison field. And these 2 empty fields here, these will be the fields where you can draw an action card. So how do I play? How do we play? So these jokers, I hope your deck also has some jokers, otherwise you maybe have to use coins. These jokers will be our playing tokens that we can move around the field. And yeah, let's say maybe one person can play with the joker and one person can play with these poker explanation card or whatever. How do we walk around? Of course, first we will get our money. So the money will be all the other cards, and they will of course have just their face value in money. And yeah, let's also say the image cards, they will all have a value of 20. So in the end, the whole deck of cards will hopefully be enough to pay all your bills. So then, what should I do? Everybody starts with $20, 20 euros, whatever, of starting money. And we will all start with our token. And how do we roll the dice? The dice will be these 5 cards here in the middle, and these will be the diamonds 1, 2, 5, ace, 2, 5. So what you do to roll the dice, you will just draw one of those cards at random, and this will be the number you will roll on your dice. So this will be a 3, so I will walk 3 with my token. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's the basic way to play Monopoly. What happens now? If I land on this street that is empty, nobody has bought it yet. How do I buy it? You buy it as in the regular Monopoly. What will be the price though? And the price is very easy. It will be 1 for these streets, 2 for all of these, 3 here, and 4 here. Very easy. So this will be 1. I want to buy it, of course. So I want to buy this. So I pay 1 of my money to the bank. And in return, I will get this street and I will put it here on my playing field. What do we do now to avoid confusion? So in order to still remember that there's a field there, we will just put a random card at face down. So we will still know that there will be a street there that has been bought by someone. And also I would recommend to always place your money face down and your streets face up, so you will never confuse the two. And the dice, I will always put it in the middle, face down, so also there will be less ways to confuse them, which I can see that this is kind of a danger in this way of playing Monopoly. Okay, but that's already basically the basic turn. Now the other person can roll, can buy, and so on. What happens now if the other person rolls a 3 and lands on my street that I have bought already? What will be the rent to pay? And the rent to pay is very easy. It will be the exact same price that was the price to buy the street. So it will be 1 here, 2 in these streets, 3 here, and 4 here. Okay, what happens when I land on the action card field? How do I draw an action card? Also very easy. I will just roll the dice again, and each of the 5 values will have the meaning of one action card that can be drawn. So 1 to 5. The list I came up with would be like the 1 would be this card where you win, where you have your birthday. So you will be winning 1. Then if you draw the 2, this will be like winning the lottery, this card. So winning more money, so you will win 2. The 3 will be the card where you have to pay your taxes. So that will be, you have to pay 2 to the bank. The 4 is the card where you have to go to prison. And the 5 would be the card where you get a get out of jail free card. So that can be maybe the remaining joker that you can get, so that everybody remembers you have this get out of jail free card. Then, of course, when you have done the full turn and you land again here at the starting point, you will get 2 when you cross the starting point and 4 when you land exactly on the starting point. When you land here, you will have to go to jail immediately, and then you will have to pay 2 as a bounty to get out of jail. So very basic. And another thing to explain would be buying houses and hotels. So that would be very easy here. There will be no hotels, will be just houses. So how can I buy houses? It's once you have all the cards of one set, as in the regular Monopoly. So let's imagine I have bought these 2, then I have the full set here. And what can I do now to buy myself a house on one of these streets? So the house again will have the exact same price as the rent and also as buying the street. So it will be 1 for these streets, it will be 2 for these streets, 3 here, and for the diamonds it will be 4. And to buy a house, I will just play another token face down card under this street. So this will symbolize that this street now has a house on it. When somebody lands on it, they will have the price with 1 additional house. They will have to pay the rent with 1 additional house. And here again, make it very easy. The rent will just increase by the value that the house has. So in this case, it will be just double the value of the rent, which will be 2, and you can buy as many houses as you want. So you can have 4 houses here, then the rent will be 5, etc. So also here very easy. I try to keep all the prices very simple and easy to remember. So another big question that you will have is, what happens if I if I have no more money left? What can I do? Can I put a mortgage on my streets? What can I do there? And there I came up with this very easy rule that, of course, first you can sell off all the houses you have on a street. So every house will just get you exactly the same value in money back that you bought it for. And then you can also just put a mortgage on your streets, which you will just tap them like this. This will mean that they will have a mortgage on them. And yeah, the mortgage again will be the exact same amount of money that you have bought it for. So imagine you will have to pay a hefty bill. You have landed on the 10 of diamonds with 4 houses. You have to pay all your money. You have no more money in the bank. Then you can still put mortgages on all your houses and all your streets. And maybe this will help you to not go bankrupt. Yes, now I think there's only one last remaining rule I would like to explain to you. Of course, there will be a time when different players will have streets of the same set. So let's imagine this player on this side has the 2 of clubs and this player here has the 1 of clubs. And of course, each of them will want the other card to complete their set and then be able to build houses on them. So here I imagine that normally you can play with the regular rules where you can just trade around these houses for money. But I remember Monopoly being sometimes very tedious. So I came up with a very speedy way of making a winner in this. And this will be a kind of mini game called, we call it a cow trade. So once it's your turn and you have another player that has another street of the same set as you can kind of challenge them to a buying fight. And what happens? So you will say, I want your one of clubs or ace of clubs, and the other player can say, I want your two of clubs. And then what you will do is each of you will take an undisclosed amount of money from your hand at face down, and will just place it in front of the other player. And the other player will do the same. They will just choose some amount of money they want. They can also just choose an empty hand and place it face down. And then each of the players will just give the other player what they have put face down. And then everybody can see what they have on their hand, and they can count the money, and the player who has given the most money will get the other street. But each of them will keep the money they have had. They have given to the they have gotten from the other player. So this is also kind of a little bluffing element that will maybe speed up the game. But maybe you can also, if you prefer, you can also play with the regular rules and just trade houses and streets as you want. Okay, this is it. I hope you like this funny version of Monopoly, and maybe it will help you on a rainy day with only a deck of cards on you. Let me know if you like it and if you have used it, and maybe if you've improved it. I would be very curious what you think of this.